Alright, welcome back to the Burglar Report. Yay! It's been a long holiday weekend, couple of holiday weekends. A lot of fun, a lot of rest and relaxation. But here we are once again, back on the grind. The old Burglar Report, your number one choice for news, politics, and videos done on the first take. How about that one? I, of course, am your unedited, raw host, Dave Steppenwolf. And we got a lot of news today. Been a busy weekend. A lot of stuff to cover. We got the new CDC numbers released on the death count versus years prior. Very interesting stuff there. Got more crazy lockdown laws coming in effect, trying to be passed. Was it Assembly Law A416 out of New York? That's a crazy one. Of course, you got the fucking epic phone call. The Rush. What the fuck I say Rush? Am I thinking Russian? The Trump and some jerk off from Georgia Senator, Secretary of State phone call that he recorded. That's been pretty big news. And then the ever looming January 6th. Bum bum bum. What's going to happen? Will Trump take over? Will the electoral votes be counted or rejected? Will the objections be sustained? A lot going on. So, this is my YouTube shop. This is what I do. Kind of. Well, I actually do a lot of things. But like and subscribe on YouTube and also on BitChute. Follow me on Twitch. Get some good conversations. Just me talking about philosophies and news and drinking alcoholic beverages out of a coffee mug. A lot of fun. Alright, so I don't know, there's a couple big stories here. Biggest one maybe, new CDC numbers. There was, of course, a Johns Hopkins report back in September, October, looking at CDC numbers at that point, and they were saying overall deaths from prior year are the same. And at that point in time, there was roughly $200,000, holy shit, 200,000 deaths contributed to COVID. So you would think, hey, there's got to be a 200,000 death spike somewhere along the lines. Now here at the end of the year, because people are like, you know what, that's just news then, let's wait till the end of the year. Well, the numbers came out for the end of the year, and we are at 2.9 million deaths versus prior year of 2.855. It's about 60,000 death difference, and yet we have a spike of 300, or we have at least 300,000 deaths contributed to COVID-19. Now, what does that mean? Don't fucking know. Not denying the virus, but were these people dying anyways, or it's weird because obviously media's got everybody scared. We're on fucking full lockdown. Well, not full lockdown. We're pretty far up there. Meanwhile, in China, no lockdowns. They've only got 4,000 deaths, if you believe that shit. Never mind the videos again of them welding apartment complexes shut. Pretty fucking weird. And they're rubbing it in our faces. They're just Wuhan pool parties and bubbles. In Wuhan, they were celebrating New Year's Eve. A little fucking weird. Pretty sure Chinese New Year is in April. I don't know how many people caught that. It fucking flew over my head for a minute. It's like, what the fuck are they doing celebrating New Year's Eve, an American holiday, on New Year's Eve or American holiday? I believe that was what the whole April Fool's Day thing was. The Chinese New Year was in April. They're just rubbing that shit in our faces. They were already talking about, or China was set to overthrow the United States by 2030. With our lockdown and their non-lockdown, that number's been, or that year's been moved up to, I believe, 2027. It's gonna be all bad. Just continue our lockdowns, we're totally fucked. We're looking at the cure being worse than the damn virus, and then you have the virus numbers not making sense. I believe they've already. So there's a 60,000 death difference, and you're like, well, okay, the number went up. Well, the population increased by about 1.5 million. and the overall percentage increase was 0.9, which was typical for the past, I think, 3-4 years. I think it might have been 0.8 a couple years prior. So essentially nothing changed. And they've already said, there's suicide rates have gone up tens of thousands. Overdose, I think, was at like 40,000 or something for the year. So you already have numbers that you can throw into that mix, and you will have less deaths than last year. Granted, being on lockdown, I don't know. Did less people die? I know car accidents were always like 30, 40,000 a year. That number's way down. But what other number could be contributing to a lower number than last year, yet we have our 300,000 death COVID number? Don't fucking know. Not denying the virus. I know it's a real thing. I've known plenty of people that got it already. One person died. She was an elderly woman that I knew was a family friend. Everybody else, just fine. You know, this lady was in her 80s. Very sad. But like I said, these numbers don't make sense. What the fuck is going on? Why are we in this lockdown when even the World Health Organization is saying we shouldn't be doing lockdowns? In the United States, we're just throwing everything out the fucking window, locking everybody down. People are going crazy. People have been going crazy. That's a big contributing factor to all the BLM Antifa riots, was people were in their house fucking crazy. Now people can't feed themselves, can't pay their bills, and it's gonna fucking go really bad. Because, you know, if you pour your heart and soul into a business for 20 plus years, or you save up for a business for 20 plus years, and you're deemed non-essential. Total horseshit. Everybody's fucking job is essential because it's essential you feed your fucking family and provide for yourself. I don't give a shit if it's non-healthcare. I mean, healthcare is blown up like crazy. I think it's the 1 in 5 jobs now is in this country is healthcare related, which is pretty. You want to talk about a big company? You know, you got big tech rolling over, but big healthcare is fucking definitely there, rolled over by the big insurance companies, the big pharmaceutical companies, and it's pretty well known that Pfizer and Merck and GlaxoSmithKline are huge sponsors to the big media companies. So of course they're not going to say shit. Especially when Pfizer has no bid, $100 billion contracts to make these vaccines. You got to follow the money a little bit. Not denying the virus. I ain't taking that fucking vaccine. Experimental mRNA bullshit. No, thank you. And you should do your research. I'm not a health advisor. I'm just saying what I wouldn't do. But they're already warning out of Europe. Big numbers on the second round of vaccination. It's like 1 in 6 people have pretty adverse reactions. I think the first round's like 1 in 1,000. Still a pretty high number for a vaccine. But you're talking about 1 in 6 or 1 in 7. It's like 17%, whatever number that amounts to be. So our second round of shots are coming or already here or whatever. I don't have no idea what round of shots we're on for our frontline healthcare workers and elderly. But it's a little scary because there's no long-term studies with this vaccine at all. Don't know what the fuck's going to happen. Okay, moving along. Speaking of vaccines and lockdowns, was out of New York, Assembly Bill A416, look that up. It applies to communicable diseases, which also, which include flus, and communicable means something communicable, something that's potentially contagious that you can spread around. Anyways, they want to pass a bill to remove you from your home if you're suspected of being contagious or having whatever virus is going on. Obviously, we got the coronavirus, and essentially put you in quarantine and have you tested and rip you away from your family and cause you to not able to provide for your family. And this is probably the crazier story. This is probably the most extreme fucking shit. I mean, you're talking conspiracy theories coming true where they have FEMA camps or COVID camps or whatever you want to call them, internment camps, happy summer camps. If it's fucking summertime, they're pulling you out of your house because you may have come in contact with someone that has COVID-19. They got to quarantine you, they got to test you, and then you're free to go. Oh wait, what if there's an outbreak in the facility that you're quarantined in? Oh, you got to stay another 2 weeks. You could be staying somewhere indefinitely. You could be lost in the fucking bureaucracy of red tape that this probably is going to fucking amount to if it passes. And you can slip through the cracks and take me away. Fuck out of here with that shit. That's crazy. That shit starts to pass and starts to go to California or different things. That's when you're gonna see people coming out the woodwork for sure. Because no, thank you. I'd rather get sick with the virus. I'm in the demographic with the highest survivability rate. It's like 99.98%. I'll take my chances with a virus versus a vaccine or fucking quarantine. I mean, they're doing it in China. This is the Chinese model. They already have tracking systems on their phones, social media tracking, whatever, color-coded systems. They've attempted to roll bits and pieces of that out here. But this is just a hardline bill that they're trying to pass, or I don't know whose fucking idea it was. It's fucking nuts. Okay. Both those stories are fucking nuts. I don't know what the hell's going to happen with that. Now, you got the big phone call. This mask is me a little stuffy and sneezy. I think it's time to retire old Betsy number 2. It's getting all stretched out too. I got a big ass head. I just stretch this thing out every time I put it on. I'm surprised it doesn't rip off. You knew me, I got a big ass head. I think that phone call, a lot of it was taken out of context. I first heard about it on Sunday, and it was just 4 minutes of it. All of it, freaking jump cuts or whatever, taken out of context. So I didn't really dive into it. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't listened to the whole 1 hour conversation yet. But I feel it's a big nothing burger. I mean, I love that phrase because it's just so stupid. Much ado about nothing. They want to refocus on Trump. They want to jump on Trump because he's on his way out. Media has nothing else to fucking go on. And just like the whole Russia nonsense. Media was swearing up and down there was something. Nothing came out in court. And it was only all circumstantial. But the left believed everything was true. And I don't know. I'll get back to it now. The other big story I'd like to cover today is January 6th. Actually starts tomorrow, January 5th. The big Stop the Steal Trump protest. Now, a lot of things can happen. On the 6th, the day of them counting the votes, where Congress actually has to certify the votes, votes could be thrown out, objections could be made, a lot could happen. I do believe Pence is siding with the establishment on this one. I don't think he's going to throw out votes. He might go with whatever the government or the governor's certified votes are versus the legislators' certified votes could be. I don't know. I know there were like at least 7 states that had 2 sets of votes. And I don't know if all of them were certified on both sides. So I don't know what that's going to amount to. Maybe Pence just doesn't want to count the votes at all and throws it all out and like, hey, you know what? You guys figure this out. And you have a Republican majority Senate, and you have a Democratic majority House. And if 2 don't come to agreement, I believe there's some kind of deadlock that could happen. And it could go to a contingent election. And then believe if things aren't resolved by the inauguration day, Nancy Pelosi, who was re-voted in as Speaker of the House because so-called progressives are just fucking establishment pieces of shit. I don't think we're not going to see our Medicare for all. But Nancy Pelosi could become president. Very interesting. Very fucking interesting. I mean, I don't like that shit. I know nobody to vote for Nancy Pelosi. And you know, you could think, or you already jump in and say, oh, but what about Mitch McConnell? He's so much worse. I agree with you. Both of them, Pelosi, McConnell, Schumer, all the establishment freaking names, Maxine Waters, I don't know, Dianne Feinstein, the other Republican guy's name I can never fucking remember. Yeah, I still can't remember his name. One of the main guys. They're all stupid. They're all full of shit. They're all establishment sellouts, and fuck them. So that's just one aspect of January 6th. The 5th with the protests, people showing up. You know, you're kind of backing Trump into a corner here. You got like attorneys out of New York State saying they're going to prosecute Trump and his family and his administration and his organizations. So what motivation would there be for him to leave office? Tell me that. He's clearly no saint. He's not gonna be like, yeah, well, I'll just go to prison and for the country so you guys could be stable or fucking whatever. No. Could be potential. He's been saying he's been surrounding himself with loyalists, and the National Guard is set to be there on that day. And I mean, it could be some inadvertent crisis. People see the National Guard, they see the guns. Maybe some of the Trump supporters bring their own guns. Maybe the riots get out of hand. Maybe the National Guards get scared and open fire. Maybe none of that happens. Maybe it's just a peaceful fucking high-fiving each other. Or maybe the National Guard decides they're going to support Trump and protect the Capitol. Or I don't fucking... This is all crazy fucking hypothetical nonsense, but still very entertaining and very possible. Who knows? You know, we are a nation of laws, but we also are a nation of people that have in the past done whatever the fuck they wanted. You know, there was a little revolution we had and a civil war and a few other things. I don't know. That's all I got for today. If you're still watching, thank you. Like and share my videos. Follow me, subscribe on YouTube and BitChute, Twitch. And I will see you tomorrow because we got some more news, I'm sure. I'm sure it's going to get fucking crazier. It's been a roller coaster up and down. Good news, bad news, who fucking knows? Maybe I'll get back to you on that nothing burger phone call. I don't know. Bye.